Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video we're going to look at some interfaces, or just getting started with interfaces and understanding them. So basically I just want to set up sort of like a click to interact, and this feature was actually requested by a new member of the Discord server. So shout out to you, you know who you are. Yeah, so basically an interface, effectively what it allows you to do is it gives you a sort of a template of sort of, I wouldn't say interactions only, but it allows you to allow two actors or blueprints to communicate with each other or create events or actions to happen on another one without them directly being referenced to each other. Effectively, what you can do, you can imagine your player character has the ability to open doors. And what you'd like is when you click on a door, obviously your character then understands that, okay, my mouse pointer has clicked on the door. This door is called door 1. Tell door 1 to open. And then door 1 will have a reference on it that will say, if I'm interacted with, I will open. And yeah, so in the character blueprint, we can basically send a message in some respect to the door to say, hi, I'm the player and I want you to open. And then the door knows how to do that. So what we can do is fairly simple. I've got a top-down template here, just a fresh one, just to keep everything simple. I'm just going to go into the top-down folder and then blueprints. And in this blueprint, I'm going to create, it might be under here actually. Yeah, so there we go. So under blueprints, we've got blueprint interface. I'm going to call this BPI and then interaction. Just like that. Now, this itself doesn't really have any functionality in it. It's effectively a gateway for interactability. So at the moment, we've got a function up here, which is waiting for us to type in a name. And I'm just going to call this interact. I'll tell you what we'll do as well. We'll create another function called open door. I guess I'm going to have to make a door then, aren't I? No, let's change that to, I don't know, jump or hop. Let's change it to hop. Okay, so we've got some interactions here. So I'm going to compile that, and as you can see, this event graph doesn't let me do anything. All I can define here is a function or an event that's going to take place between two actors. So interact is a very generic way of saying do some sort of interaction, but you can make it a bit more specific, and you can say if I ever want something to hop, that's the function that you'll call. That'll make more sense when we get into it, but let's just tag that to the top for now. We shouldn't need to go back into that for any reason, but we'll keep it open just in case I'm wrong. Okay, so what we need to do now is let's see on our character if we've got the sort of like the code or the blueprint for being able to detect stuff we've clicked on. It's not within the character. I think it's in the controller on the top-down template. So yeah, we're in here. So what we're doing, when we left click, we're getting location under cursor. Okay, so we really don't have the functionality, but we can make it. So I'm going to close the controller. I'm going to go back to the top-down character. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get player controller. The reason obviously, we've just had the controller open, but I want to keep this functionality unique to the player, so I'm just going to put it in here instead. So as the player, the player controller has the ability to sort of get key presses, get mouse movement and stuff like that. So what we can actually do is we can get a hit result underneath our mouse cursor. So get hit result under cursor by channel. If you're unfamiliar, this is effectively a line trace. Now a line trace is basically, I want to shoot a line from here to there, and anything that I hit along the way, I want to sort of get as much information about that object as possible, and all of that information that we've collected is stored in this hit result. So what we can do is we can split that, and we can see all the information that is available of the thing that we hit. But this looks a bit of a mess now, so I'm going to recombine this. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drag out, and there's another break hit result just here. And what that'll do is that'll allow you to then move this around, and you can minimize it, so you've only got the information that you need. Anyway, one of them is hit actor. So let's say we've got an actor in our world called Cube, and it has the ability to jump up and down. We're going to have that, by the way, so we'll use that as the example. Or a door. I'm not going to make a door because I have to do animations, and it'll make the video longer than it needs to be. But effectively, what you could say is, if this hit actor is door, interact. And we'll get to that. So what I think we should do, just to make the rest of the video make sense, I'm just going to change one of these cubes into sort of like a jumpable cube. So I've selected that chamfer cube there. I'm going to go to convert this into a blueprint. So it's just next to the plus symbol in your details panel. I'm really not bothered what this is. I might change it to an actor and just put jump cube. You should probably prefix this with BP for blueprint. And that should be it. I don't think I'm allowed to select actor, but yeah, that's fine. So BP jump cube. And all I'm going to do is, it's already got physics enabled. All I'm going to do is I'm going to set up add impulse. And we probably want static mesh component, add impulse. And I'm just going to set the Z to, I don't know, 250, and I want a velocity change. So we're going to come back to this. So that should make it jump in the air. If it doesn't, then we'll figure that out. But back to my character for now. So what we're expecting to do is potentially hit the jump cube. Now, there's a couple of ways we can check if this is the jump cube, but what we can do as a cheeky way is cast to jump cube in this instance. And if that is successful, then it has to be the jump cube. And what we should probably do is, back on the jump cube, let's just add that BPI, that blueprint interface, so then we have the interact functionality. So we'll go to class, and where are we? So inherited interfaces, no, implemented interfaces, add, and then we should find BPI interaction. So we'll click on that. And you might not have noticed, but once we added that, we've actually now got these interface options on the left hand side. So we've got hop and interact. So what we can do, let's drag out hop. One sec, I need to double click on it actually, not drag it. And we get this event hop. Plug that into there. Now, whenever something else calls hop with an object of jump cube, which will make sense in a minute, this jump cube is then going to do that action. So it's going to be a knee-jerk reaction to that. So what we can do is we can now look for hop. So you can see here in our top-down character, this hop message is available. So this is basically us saying, send a message out to anything that's got hop enabled on it, or a hop event, and tell it to. And which one are we going to tell to hop? Well, we're going to tell jump cube. So plug that into there. Obviously, we don't need to cast a jump cube. We can delete this. We can plug this actor straight into there. And we've actually got nothing to connect this to, so we're going to do a left mouse button press, just like that. So when we press the left mouse button, we're going to fire a line trace from the mouse. Whatever we click on, we're going to tell that thing to hop. So let's hit compile, let's play it, and hopefully, there you go. Whoops, apart from kicking it out of the way, every time I click on that cube now, apart from my guy trying to walk to it, we're actually telling the cube to hop. So what we might do is, on here, I'm going to tell it, oh, it does consume input. That's interesting. Let's change that to 500 so we get a bit more obvious. Let's play it. Let's run back over to that. Click on our cube and there you go. You get a nice jump. So all I've done in this instance is I've created this blueprint interface. I've given it some predetermined actions. You know, this we could easily use interact instead. And then you can decide what that interact actually means. I've obviously called this one hop. We've made a cube, just a basic chamfered cube, and added an impulse to it so it effectively bounces it up into the air. We've gone to the class settings and added a BPI interaction. Then with the interface that has become available, double click on it, add that to your graph, and then effectively this is waiting to be told to do this hop, which is where our character comes in. Obviously we've clicked in the world, we've done this little hit result, and whatever we've hit we've told to hop. Now obviously at the moment we're telling everything to hop effectively. What you could do, there's a couple of ways you can do it. Like I said earlier, you could do the cast to jump cube, but that's going to be object specific, so only the jump cube can do it. Let's say we've got a jump circle and a jump square. I know that's the same as cube, or a jump cone. This wouldn't work. What you can do is from your hit actor you can say does implement interface. Now this is very vital, this. So from the drop down you want to find your BPI interaction. Let's do a branch, which is going to be a true or false. And what we're saying now is if the actor that we've clicked on has an interface called BPI interaction, we can continue. So now this should still work. So that still works, but every time I'm clicking to move, because obviously we're checking to see if that interface works, I'm not asking the rest of the game then every frame to or every time I click to do a jump as well. So does implement interface is actually a really useful thing to use as well. And that's pretty much it. It's just a really short video. It might feel a little bit messier than normal. It really has just been made up. There was no forethought into this, apart from I've been asked how to do click interact over in Discord, and this is the video that has resulted in that. So yeah, I'm probably going to release this straight away. I'm not going to schedule this for a proper video, but same applies as usual. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know in the comments why. And yeah, I'll see you in another one. Bye.